The Steelers were the first schedule I looked at when they came out. I wanted to see what the league would do about the fact that Aaron Rodgers has yet to commit to the Pittsburgh Steelers or anyone.
Aaron Rodgers has just delivered an earth-shattering statement, and what's just been revealed has NFL executives and fans left shocked. For months, the football world has waited on Rodgers' decision about joining the Steelers. Until now, the future Hall of Fame quarterback's calculated silence combined with the NFL's suspiciously strategic scheduling has created the most intense quarterback drama in years, exposing a potential power struggle that's sending shockwaves through the entire league. Aaron Rodgers, the polarizing quarterback with a history of high-stakes career decisions, created unprecedented speculation by maintaining complete silence about his potential move to Pittsburgh. Born from years of calculated media manipulation, this powerful strategic vacuum revolutionized NFL off-season discussions by forcing the league to build its 2025 schedule while guessing his intentions, ultimately placing the Steelers against both of Rodgers' former teams in prime viewing slots despite having no confirmation of his plans. The implications of this silent power play extend far beyond typical free agency drama. By withholding his decision after meeting with top officials in Pittsburgh, Rodgers has effectively held the entire NFL scheduling department hostage. This wasn't just casual indecision. NFL Network's Rich Eisen openly speculated that the league must have inside information, noting, "It does appear that the NFL believes Aaron Rodgers will be the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Otherwise, why would they put the Steelers in the home of the New York Jets Week 1? What makes Rodgers' silent message particularly powerful is the league's unprecedented response. NFL Vice President and scheduling executive Mike North was forced to publicly address the Rodgers situation, stating, "We tried to play it down the middle. We don't know anything more than anybody else. The schedule was built for Coach Tomlin and for the Steelers." This remarkable public clarification from a high-ranking NFL executive demonstrates the extraordinary impact of Rodgers' calculated silence. Rodgers' strategic leverage extends far beyond simple indecision into psychological warfare. He has masterfully positioned the entire league in a reactive posture, with North admitting they created hedges in the schedule around Rodgers' potential decision. Maybe the one hedge. If you put that game in a window where it does become something even bigger, we wouldn't want to unbalance one of the partners. This level of influence over the NFL's crown jewel, its schedule, represents power typically reserved for team owners, not individual players. The specific schedule details reveal exactly how Rodgers' silent message has manipulated the league. The Steelers received 4 primetime games, plus another 2 games in standalone windows, including a rare international game against the Minnesota Vikings in Ireland on September 28th. Most telling, the Steelers-Packers matchup was deliberately placed in Week 8 on Sunday Night Football, the perfect spotlight for Rodgers' first game against the franchise he led for 18 seasons. As North carefully explained, this placement wasn't accidental. If Aaron's the quarterback, it's a great story. If Aaron's not the quarterback, it's still Packers-Steelers Sunday Night Football in Week 8. This public admission reveals how Rodgers' silence forced the NFL to build contingencies around a single player's decision, the unprecedented influence that has the entire league scrambling to maintain the appearance of control. The importance of the Week 1 Jets matchup cannot be overstated. The NFL specifically scheduled the Steelers against the New York Jets, who cut Rodgers contentiously earlier this year, creating a potential revenge game narrative of massive proportions. This strategic placement shows that despite North's denials, league executives clearly anticipated the ratings goldmine of Rodgers facing the team that discarded him in his very first game with Pittsburgh. Rodgers' influence through this powerful silent message extends to impacting broadcast partners and revenue potential. With the NFL distributing premier matchups across multiple networks, Rodgers' decision directly affects billions in advertising revenue. As North admitted, they place key games in national windows to avoid having the dominant story of the day, potentially unbalancing their broadcast partners' rating share. Even without saying a word, Rodgers has effectively secured the Steelers' additional exposure. North conceded that the team's body of work is what warranted the national television exposure, noting Coach Tomlin's consistent success. However, The scheduling executive's careful wording revealed the underlying truth. Pittsburgh received preferential treatment partly based on Rodgers' potential arrival, with North stating the Steelers likely would have gotten even more attention if that was the case. The ripple effects of Rodgers' silent power play continue expanding. The NFL built flexibility into the Steelers' back half schedule, with North hinting that if Rodgers does end up in Pittsburgh and the Steelers find themselves in the thick of the AFC playoff picture, they could end up with some of their games down the stretch being flexed to prime time. This forward planning for Rodgers-led scenarios demonstrates his extraordinary influence without ever signing a contract. For those who truly understand NFL power dynamics, Rodgers' silence represents far more than typical free agency indecision. It symbolizes a player seizing control of the league's narrative at an unprecedented level. As industry observers have noted, while quarterbacks have always wielded substantial power, few have ever manipulated league operations to this degree without actually committing to a team. The contrast between Rodgers' silent leverage and traditional NFL control structures couldn't be more striking. While the league publicly maintains they don't know anything more than anybody else, their scheduling decisions reveal clear hedging around Rodgers' potential impact. This silent power struggle represents a fascinating evolution in player league dynamics, with a single unsigned athlete influencing major operational decisions. Rodgers' story through this powerful silent message shows the evolution of player power in modern sports. His journey from drafted backup to league-manipulating superstar demonstrates how elite athletes can reshape power structures through strategic communication, or strategic silence. From Green Bay to New York to potentially Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers has transformed from a talented quarterback into one of sports' most influential power brokers. As the NFL world anxiously awaits Rodgers' actual decision, the impact of his silent message continues reverberating through the league. Beyond the immediate speculation about his future lies evidence of a remarkable power shift, where a single player's calculated silence can force the multi-billion-dollar NFL to build contingencies, explain decisions, and potentially rebalance its broadcast strategy. The question now becomes not just whether Rodgers will join the Steelers, but how much further his unprecedented influence over the league will extend. Do you think Rodgers' silence is a smart strategy, or is it causing more harm than good? Share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe to our channel for more updates.